Hi, my name is Wendy Rosenthal. Welcome to Pathfinder Mastermind. I am here today to speak about business and spirituality. That's what we do at Pathfinder One to One. I am very passionate about connecting spiritual thinking and infusing it into our business because, as myself and my colleague Rachel Madar, who could not be with me today, we know that when you add spiritual thinking into your business practice, it is elevating for yourself, elevating for your business, and elevating for the people that you work with. So today, I wanted to talk about something that, it's a word that gets thrown around all the time. It's energy, right? In spiritual practices, doesn't matter the modality, you hear discussion about, oh, your energy is stuck in a chakra, or your energy isn't flowing, or you could feel the energy of somebody, whether it's good or bad. It almost doesn't matter what spiritual practice you might be connected with. Energy is something that gets talked about. And sometimes I feel like it almost gets thrown away. It's like an excuse. Oh, his energy wasn't good, and so therefore he didn't do well today at work, or whatever it is. It kind of gets used a lot, and I think it has lost a little bit of its power. So I wanted to bring it up because for me, I deal with this all the time with my clients. I'm always talking to them about how to take energy and shift it in a way that will help not only them in their business, but like personally, but also how they can take that energy and apply it to business practically so that they can actually move energy, shift energy, turn it around for their benefit. So actually, energy is not just this metaphysical concept that maybe happens or maybe doesn't. It's actually a tool that you can use in your business to try and make deals happen, to try and feel if this is the right person for you to hire. It really is something that is indicative. It's not just a word, indicative of success and how you show up every day. So, energy is something that we feel. It's something it's very tangible, right? You can get out of bed and say, oh, my energy today is terrible. It's very low. Or sometimes, I don't know about you, but I talk to about it with my friends, times of year, maybe the energy is low, or a certain day, everybody gets up and goes, oh my gosh, everything feels heavy. And it's true. There are some days, and this is another topic that I want to talk about, especially when Rachel's here, where there are cosmic energy, universal energies that on a particular day are more challenging than other days. So there might be days where collectively we get up and say, oh, the energy feels awful. So it's real. And you can feel it in business too. Energy, when energy is flowing in your business, we sometimes call it synchronicity. The right deal comes at the right time. Customers come up to you when you didn't expect it. There's a flow. Energy is about flowing, taking something from one place and placing it into another in a direct way, sometimes in an indirect way. So we have ways of actually understanding what energy is. It is real. And we all have tangible experiences where we know when something is off, the energy is wrong, or the energy is right. So one of the things that I tell my clients is to actually go back to your own life experience and feel what it was like when your energy was down, or when you felt the energy in the room. Like, let's say you're walking into a meeting and the energy is off. Try and go back to those times and recognize them and use them as a tool to see it in other places, or to recognize it when it's happening, so know how to deal with it. So how can we control energy? First of all, if it's cosmic energy, how can you control it? If it's coming, like if it's a day where the energy is going to be heavy, or collectively it's a day where, for whatever reason in your business, the energy is down. Surprisingly, we have a lot more control over the energy that we not only are feeling, but that we're expressing to others than you might think. The trick is to remember, though, that the only energy you really, really, truly can control is your energy. So If you are waking up and you're feeling my energy is low, it's a big sign, not just to blow it off and say, oh, I must not have slept well, but it's a sign for you that that negative or low energy might follow you into everything you do. And let me tell you something, if you have a big meeting or you're getting ready to sign a contract or you have a big decision to make, coming into it with that lower energy field, that aura around you really impacts people more than you even understand. So it's something that you want to make sure that you recognize when you're feeling it. If it's something where it's a cosmic day where it feels like the energy is very heavy, obviously there might be something going on in the universe that you can't necessarily change, but how you react to it and how you shift that energy does make a big difference and can actually really dissipate the negativity that might be there. When we start to control our energy and how we walk into something, the ripple effect around others is huge. And I think me and Rachel have talked about this before. When you're going into a big meeting, the energy that you bring into that meeting, how you walk in, how you look, what you're exuding is going to shift what that whole room feels like. People will feel it tangibly. So interestingly, even though you can only truly control your energy, what you do with yours has an effect, just like the electricity that comes into our house, right? If you don't use it right, God forbid, something could happen. The other thing I wanted to talk about with energy is protecting your energy and that of your business. So for example, you know, you may have a person that works for you, and they are one of those people that maybe are always talking about how things don't work out for them, or how they are, let's call it a victim, and they come to you all the time and they sap your energy. They come in and they steal it. And stealing it without even knowing it sometimes. Sometimes it is just something that, they're not feeling good today. They're not happy about something today. It may be nothing that they're even aware of. When somebody comes in like that and you feel it, it is really important in that moment to protect your own energy. We trade energy with people, right? And you don't want to give your negative energy to somebody else, and you don't want to take it from somebody else. So if you're in a place where your headspace is great and somebody comes into the room and is starting to sap your energy by either, for whatever reason, bringing you down, asking you questions, wanting you to do something for them that they don't want to do themselves, it's important in that moment to stop and say to them, look, I can't talk right now. I need to take a minute and somehow make sure that you are setting parameters around those moments, because when you do, and you're protecting your energy, then your day can continue on and your positive energy can have the ripple effect it's intended, without it going to somebody who's kind of stealing your energy because they're down. So it's really important to protect your energy. The other thing about it is that you want to protect the energy of the business as well. This is super important when you're thinking about who to do business with. If it may be the most amazing deal ever, but if you walk into another person's, their company's office and you feel stressed, you feel the negativity in the space, you feel it from the employees, like, you may really want to think twice about it, because you're spending time building up the positive energy of your business. And so using energy as a tool to gauge, maybe it's an off day, that's fine. But if you see it consistently, you might want to think twice about whether or not the value of that company to your business is really truly there. It might be there in a monetary value, but I got to tell you something from personal experience. When I have gotten into business with companies where the energy is off for more than maybe a day, like it's a consistent thing, the deal is always blown up. I may have it for a bit of time, but it has always blown up. And when I'm talking about energy too, I'm talking about how people deal with you, their integrity, the collective integrity of the business. All of those things really matter. So make sure that you're protecting your energy and your business's energy. Okay, so now that we've talked a little bit about energy, what does it mean practically? And I think I've said it a little bit for businesses. It does exist. Just like we are at sometimes the whim of economic scenarios that are not in our control, the energy of a time, of a company, of a person does really impact and make a difference. You can see it day to day. And the minute you start to understand how to shift it, then you start to be protected. Just in the same way that you might be thinking economically, if you're seeing economic trends, you might make different decisions based on those economic trends when you feel your energy being a different place, or you feel the energy of another company or partner you're doing business with, or an employee that you're thinking of hiring. You need to plan for this. You need to feel it, and you need to figure out how to either shift it, which is something all of us can do, or maybe make an economic decision that maybe they're not the right person, this isn't the right company, or at least plan now that you feel this energy. If it's still something you want to go through with, fine, but understand that that energy is there. And so set your expectations and be prepared for when that kind of negative element of that person, that company shows up. So, it's one of those things where when you are in control of energy and you are learning how to shift it for yourself and for your business, that's when synchronicity happens. And sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. I hate to say it. Sometimes, you have to believe that things are going great and put that positive energy into it, even if it may not seem to be. So just be aware of how much your energy and your business's energy does impact its profitability, its success. And it's not just this ethereal, spiritual feng shui, move the energy this way. No, it's actually real. And there are plenty of tools out there, and then we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so I want to give you some tips on what you can do to shift your energy, to control your energy and that of your business. The first tip is recognition. Flat out, always recognizing where the energy is at is super important. And again, if you go back to what I was saying earlier, we've all had experiences where something doesn't feel right, the energy is off, our energy is off. Use your personal experience to recognize when it's happening. Not to make a big deal about it, but recognition allows you to do something about it. So first step, recognize what's going on. The second thing I would recommend is you want to explore tools that can help you shift energy. So for me, there's many ones that I talk through with clients. The first is maybe meditating, sitting down and, really kind of letting yourself connect with a bigger picture, to see where, if you're feeling down about something, maybe exploring where that is, to be able to shift that energy. So you have things like meditations. One of my favorites, my sister shared with me the other day, is a pump up song. If you've got to go into something, an important meeting, or you need to really give yourself that energy, pick one of your favorite songs that gets you going, where you're like, pump up the jam, and you can dance in your head. Even if you do that, sing that song to yourself a little bit before you walk into something. Other tools include understanding what the objective you have for your day. So when you connect to your overall objective and you connect to it with excitement, then you shift energy. Another great tool that one of my Kabbalah teacher friends uses is laughter. Laughter helps shift energy. Crack yourself up. Look at yourself in the mirror, make funny faces. Whatever it takes for you to shift the energy. Now, how do you do it on a bigger scale in your business? First, understanding that when you shift your energy, people are going to feel it and have the ripple effect. In a business way, it's a lot of it is about, again, recognizing that you are in a certain place affected by certain things, and that your business is emitting the energy of its people. So the tool for business is, again, remembering that ripple effect. You're all interconnected, every single one of your employees. The more you promote and put out positive energy. So in your business, it could be things in the break room that make people happy. A surprise, for lunch, everybody gets cupcakes. Sharing with your employees, or reminding them that their energy impacts your business and their profitability as well, and their success in that business is very important. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to you, right? We affect our business. Finally, my last tip is to share. Sharing is a way to totally shift energy. Why is that? Because we're not thinking about ourselves, and we're not stuck in whatever is blocking us internally in our chakra or in our room where the energy isn't flowing correctly, right? So bottom line, if you can't shift your energy any other way, my advice to you is share. Share a smile, share some wisdom, give an extra big tip to a server that you have at lunch. Whatever that sharing looks like, it doesn't have to be big. Corporate sharing is a very, very positive way of shifting the whole business's energy. So making sure you have a corporate charitable plan, a community plan, a giving plan, and that you encourage your employees to do it, is a really, really good way to protect you and your business from the negative energy out there, and to be able to shift and protect yourself actually from a lot of negativity. So corporate giving is a big way. And sometimes it even is, like I said, giving a hug or smiling to somebody on the street. Just take a moment and share. All right, that is my thoughts on energy. It is real. You feel it. Let's start using it to our advantage. Hopefully the tips will give you a pathway to do that. And if it's something that you struggle with, I want you to know that we at Pathfinder are here to help you with that. A lot of our clients are struggling with how to shift energy, and we work with them one-on-one to do so. You can find out more about Pathfinder at www.pathfinder1to1.com. That is Pathfinder, the number one, TO, the number one.com. And you can listen to us on all of our social media platforms, as well as podcast platforms. I would love to hear your comments and feedback on anything that you've heard today. And if it makes sense to you, please feel free to share it. Thank you so much for joining me. And my name is Wendy Rosenthal, and I really hope that you will start to infuse spirituality into your business, raising your spiritual IQ and creating success for not only yourself, but all those that work with you. Have a great day.